Welcome to this week's Bayou Country Outdoors with your host Susan Melton and Maurice Fontenot. Bayou Country Outdoors this week is being brought to you by Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. Meads Automotive Service in Sulphur, reliable and professional service. Professional sound and DJ services, music customized to your events. Lakeside Bank, the way banking should be. Lake Charles Poultry, where service is just like an old-fashioned meat market. AmeriGas, propane for where you need it, when you need it. Bayou Beds. Buy you a bed from Bayou Beds and sleep happy. Outdoor Adventures Productions, digital, video, and photographic services for television, commercial, and industrial applications since 1993. And now it's time for this week's Bayou Country Outdoors.
This week's show is at Big Woods Fish and Game. We had us a crankbait day. That is what the fish were hungry for. So kick back and watch Maurice and I on Bayou Country Outdoors.
Welcome to Louisiana's largest casino resort.
It's the largest gaming floor in the Lake Charles area with off-track betting, bingo, award-winning dining, luxurious hotels, top entertainment, and the highest-rated casino golf course in Louisiana.
It's Louisiana's largest casino resort and Louisiana's best bet. It's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. Everybody knows it's all in the wrist.
Welcome to Lakeside. How may I help you?
Yes, what do you charge to cash a check from one of your customers?
Absolutely nothing.
Really? No fee?
Zero. Zilch. It's completely free.
I'm impressed. The bank down the road wants to charge $6 to cash one of their customers' checks, and that's just wrong.
You're right. That is wrong. Here at Lakeside Bank, we don't believe in charging you to do business with our customers.
Well, that's what I told the other bank.
Lakeside, the way banking should be.
Hi, we're Bayou Beds. We may not be the #1 mattress store in Southwest Louisiana, but that's why we're working harder, changing the mattress industry with you in mind. Let us show you this queen Eurotop mattress that's 13.5 inches thick, completely foaming case, has a 10-year warranty that's non-prorated the entire 10 years, and we sell it for only $299. Listen, if you have a friend or family member in the business, purchase from them. If not, purchase from us, otherwise we both lose money. Buy you a bed from Bayou Beds and sleep happy.
Propane keeps your home and business up and running, but severe weather events and high demand can cause supply issues when you least expect it. AmeriGas has the country's largest propane supply network, and thanks to our airborne team, we can mobilize nationwide resources to support your community when you need it most.
AmeriGas Airborne, it is individuals that are able to travel to different areas to help out people that are in need.
We were just so grateful that they showed up that quick. It's good to know that I'm just not a number on the book. I got a name.
We supplied power to our entire house with the generator and the propane. I was scared to death of running out of electricity. and AmeriGas made the inside of my house stay normal during a storm.
People are just trying to get back to some type of normalcy, and we're here to help.
No matter how tough the weather is out there, you can depend on our dedicated workforce to get you propane. Where you need it, when you need it. Learn more at AmeriGas.com.
Get your party going with music and entertainment from DJ Music Service. We can provide music for all occasions, parties, reunions, receptions, anniversaries, and company gatherings. Whatever decade of music Fisher needs, we'll have it from the 50s and 60s up to the present day. With our large library of music, your party will be a success. Our professional sound system can deliver quality sound in any size venue, large or small. We're booking for the holidays, so if you still haven't got your party's entertainment booked, then give us a call while dates are still available and get your party going.
It's like right when I threw in, he was
Right
there.
on it. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, right when I threw in. I knew that they were liking this color because I was getting some little pecks.
They're not hitting real hard for the most part, are they?
No, not really. Let me give myself some slack here. Come here. Okay, boy. Whoa. It's been a long time since I held a bass in my hand.
I know, we didn't do much through the winter, did we?
No, I'm ready for this to go away and it to stay pretty. Now look, I want to get you out. There's got to be a way
You need
with
pliers?
This is pretty tough, yeah. I'm going to need something, huh? We want to be able to put them back in, but man, the way he...
Gamakatsus, especially that wide gap hook. Folks, you just don't know how much better they hook up than the average hook.
That's right, that's a nice fish. He's bleeding a little bit, but go on, he'll be fine. There he goes, okay. Been fishing with the lizard.
Let's see that color. That's
this color right here,
that's that neon watermelon.
Yeah, figured it was watermelon something. But a lot of our stuff that we have in our boxes is not labeled.
I know, and they change the colors.
But if you come by my tackle shop, I can tell you.
They got labels on them.
Show you, yeah, what color it was. This is a good time to be using the lizards. Like I said, when I threw in, before I had turned it, it had the lizard in its mouth.
Now, you told me a lot of guys coming in the tackle shop said they're already on lizards.
Right, yeah. Best baits right now was lizards, spinner baits, and rattle traps. And you were using
that bandit, crankbait, little shallow running crankbait.
Crankbaits are good, and probably some worms.
Well, the bass are definitely on beds now. They're
right.
definitely on the beds. We can see them.
Yeah.
A little later this year than last year, but of course we've had a winter, you know. So.
Boy, did we have a winter. Oh, boy, did we have one.
I've been seeing these fish hit the surface. This water's warming up enough that, come on up, there you go. All right, guy, thank you. That's a little Kentucky, I think. Well, he is chunky. Yeah, yep. All right, guy, thank you. We're in a lot of changing patterns right now, folks. The water's starting to warm up, and what you were catching fish on, even as much as close as yesterday, is going to change pretty rapidly. So when you go out, be prepared to try different things. Watch what the fish are doing. I've been seeing them pop the surface, so I decided to work a bait that would, stay just underneath the surface, and that's this little jerk bait. My crankbait wasn't doing me any good. It might turn on later, but just be real willing to go with the flow on them, and like I say, watch what the fish are doing. That's the best key. She's eating your apple.
Yeah, I'm feeding her good today. Instead of Oreo cookies, an apple.
Uh-oh, and I'm in your line.
Uh-oh.
And I'm hung up now.
Oh. I was holding Maurice's fish. Here he is, he's holding on one hook. See that one? On one of the little treble hooks. I don't know, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take him off. He's your fish.
Yeah, we had a battery go dead on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well hang on, all right. We got him hung up. Battery went dead on the camera, and he just wore out.
Says, I'm not waiting on you TV people.
Oh, isn't that the truth? Paid $200 a piece for them batteries. You don't expect them to go dead. Man, never would have lost this guy. He tried though. I went back to the crankbait, Susan, because nothing else seems to be working. The fish are real slow this morning. I bet they tear it up this afternoon. Hey girl,
man.
What do you want? You don't eat all my apple and crackers and the cellophane that wrapped them? Huh?
Yeah, she's lonesome out here.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Her name's Willie Gruff.
Willie Gruff.
Instead of Billy Gruff, Willie Gruff.
Yeah, it's a girl, so I guess we can call her Willie.
Yeah, hey Willie. See, she looked. Hey Willie. I don't have any Oreo cookies for you right now.
Yeah, the temptation is to eat them ourselves.
Well, we don't even have any in the boat, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well that's why, because we'll sit here and eat them.
We're fishing.
No, we don't come fishing, we come snacking.
Fish don't want to eat, I'm going to eat.
I told Susan a while ago the reason we're not catching fish is she hadn't spilt that Diet Coke yet.
Well, believe it or not, the station switched their fountains over to Diet Pepsi.
Uh-oh. Well,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work. We can't catch fish on Diet
No, but it does taste pretty good though, the Diet Pepsi.
Pepsi. I don't see all that much difference. Look at all. Now where are the geese when you want them? There they are.
Yeah.
This portion of Bayou Country Outdoors is being brought to you by Meads Automotive, with over 63 years of reliable service featuring complete automotive and truck repair, state-of-the-art computer diagnostics, and free estimates. Located at 1548 East Napoleon Street in Sulphur.
Bayou Beds and Waterbed Gallery have joined forces, babe! Come on in, babe!
We're Bayou Beds, and we're here to change the mattress industry. We have every major brand like Tempur-Pedic and Bayou Bed exclusives, where we can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And we've got the best deals in Southwest Louisiana, and I've got over 500 five-star reviews to prove it. And as always, buy you a bed from Bayou Beds and sleep happy.
Nobody beats our prices, babe! Nobody! We got everything you want, babe!
An over-the-counter old-fashioned meat market. That's the best way to describe her. Lake Charles Poultry. They carry all kinds of meats and seafood, and it's all fresh. They sell to both wholesale and retail customers, specializing in large order for groups and benefits, with the meats cut and seasoned to order. The freshest meats and the best prices at Lake Charles Poultry.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Oh. Got two hands on the rod. Okay. This has been a good little crankbait for me this year. Come on, if you get off now, it's all right. I've seen you. And you just got that second set of hooks in your mouth. It's a good way to get a set of hooks in my own hand. These must be little Gamakatsu hooks on this guy, on these baits, because they really stick in there. All right. And a little small crankbait's a good bait to fish this time of year because you can fish up in the shallows. And all right, going back in there, folks. This is what we're fishing with, at least what I am. It's a little Bandit shallow running crankbait. And what's neat about these baits is you can fish them pretty much like a worm. You can throw them up in all this thick stuff and just pull your rod back and take up the slack and pull it back like you're working a worm. And they're pretty weedless too, really, or stumpless, I should say, because when they're coming through there, they hit like this and they bounce and they roll over. And a lot of times you'll feel that and think you have a fish, and actually all you've done is hit a stump. And I found, rather than just crank and crank and crank, when you work at that rod, well, let me show you. This is really the secret to these shallow running crankbaits. You just pull like this, and take up the slack, and pull and take up the slack, and that way when it hits a stump you're not going full throttle and it'll hit and bounce over the stump. And believe it or not, a lot of times when I get my hit is when it does thump the stump. You know, when it hits the stump and then bounces over, there'll be a fish sitting on the other side waiting on it. And a lot of times you get your hits when you stop your retrieve too. So whether you're pulling the rod or just making a few cranks, stop it every once in a while. Give the fish a chance to get to it.
Reese has another
All right,
one.
come on back here. He is not as big, but he sure is running. Come on. Look at all these tackle boxes in the way.
Yeah, they sure are.
All right, well, I'll move them in a minute.
Can't show the action when you're bringing it in.
Well, you know what? This fish hit that bait just, oops, turn the motor off. Just as soon as it hit the water. I'll hit it and let it sit, and next thing I know, I saw him swirling on it. Get in there. You sure you don't want to try the crankbait?
I don't know. I may.
She's a worm fisherman, folks. And when they're on worms, she is dynamite. But this might be the day where I have to put that soft plastic up and get on the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get these out of the way for you.
Don't say I told you so. The man's going to tell me, Susan, I told you to go on this bait. Hopefully it'll drop off on its own. I'm not real crazy about using these type of baits.
Because of that, well, just take the towel and wrap around him.
I don't want to do that, please. Not that I'm worried about getting fish stuff on me or anything like that.
Well, the trick is, folks, once you grab them hard and quick. And once you do that, then they won't get to you.
When you've got it hooked in two different places.
You're going to need those pliers, aren't you? Here, I'll get them for you.
The one thing about these is you get one hook out and then another one hooks, so you have to be very careful. There we go. Bye, big splash. Have fun. Thank you. Whatever, huh? So I'm using a crankbait today.
Hey, it's what the fish want.
Yeah, if that's what the fish wants, that's what the fish will get. That's what the fish will get.
Oh, come on. Up. Oh, another one just come up on him. Another one just made a swipe at this bait trying to get it.
Real good.
He did a swipe action. Well, at least I can get my fingers in his mouth without worrying about hooks.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, you don't know how many times I hook myself trying to get these baits out. Big fingers, little hooks, and I saw another fish out there.
Well, go get it.
Well, I was going to let you go get it. See this thick stuff, folks? Watch. Look out here. You throw up a net, and there's limbs all underneath there. And see, just kind of worm it through there. And then once I get in open water, I turn the crank 2 or 3 times and stop, and gives them a chance to jump up there and get it. I don't want to take it away from them. And when you're fishing a crankbait, try to use a rod with a fairly fast tip. This one I'm using here is a Berkley 6'6" medium with a fast tip. And it certainly helps with crankbaits, because if your rod is too stiff, fish hits the crankbait and the rod literally pulls the bait out of the fish's mouth before he gets down on the hooks. So a soft, even a noodle type of rod is great on crankbaits.
It's weird because at first I was catching fish on lizard, and then now we're switching to a crankbait.
And you were getting a lot of bites too. It just wasn't hitting real hard. I think what they were doing, they were picking up off the nest and moving it. And when they're doing that, it's hard to catch them.
Yeah.
Because they don't really get it in their mouth. They might just pick up the tail or the middle of the body and not even get the hook in their mouth.
Yeah. Another one on the line.
Yeah, and the winds come up and I'm fighting the trolling motor in the boat, and threw out there and grabbed the trolling moter, and as soon as it hit the water, he was on there.
Oh yeah, it's like he was looking up, waiting for it.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it. You know, a lot of times fish will sit there and watch that lure come in, and they'll dash over and get it before it even hit, you know, they're on the way getting it before it even hits the water. I know what days when they're spooky, they'll see the bait coming overhead and they'll swirl, you know, spooked from it.
Yeah. Well, a crankbait is a little more harder to fish with.
It is. It really is.
A lot of wrist action.
Well, you can get away from that. There's, like I said, there's another method, and that's just take and turn it 2 or 3 times like this and stop it. Most people fish a crankbait now.
If you're looking for a hearty lunchtime meal that is both hot and quick, let us suggest some local favorites. Hayes Cajun Kitchen, featuring lunchtime buffets and salad bars with a different menu every day. Hot food ready to eat when you walk in the door, or you can call in your order. That's Hayes on Roost Street in Sulphur.
Hey, over here! Throw me something, mister! Everything you need for Mardi Gras at the Party Time Store, Lake Street and Lake Charles.
When we're born, we have the natural ability to sleep well. Unfortunately, a good night's sleep can be difficult as time goes by. Sleep disorders such as sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, insomnia, and narcolepsy interfere with getting quality sleep. The certified sleep specialists with the Sleep Disorder Center of Louisiana offer comprehensive diagnosis and treatment for over 80 sleep disorders. Sleep like a baby again with help from the Sleep Disorder Center of Louisiana.
You may not believe this, but once upon a time, redfish was considered a trash fish by all but a few fishermen.
When New Orleans chef Paul Prudhomme made blackened redfish a famous dish, the redfish suddenly became a popular fish choice with real commercial value. In fact, redfish cooked over an outdoor grill is one of our favorite fish dishes.
Preparing redfish on a grill is really easy. The best size for grilling is between 5 and 7 pounds. Clean the fish by cutting a fillet off the side without scaling the fish. Leaving the scales on the fillet is the secret to cooking the fish.
Between the scales and the meat is a moist layer of fat under the skin. By leaving the scales in place during the grilling, you are preventing the fillet from drying out and adding to the overall flavor.
Use some heavy-duty aluminum foil and form a shallow pan to lay the fillet in. Place the fillet scales down in the foil.
Next, add to the melted butter a touch of lime or lemon juice, garlic powder, and Cajun seasoning. Now pour this over the fillet.
Finally, sprinkle loose crab oil over the fillet and add several orange slices. Now you're ready to put the fish on a hot grill. Cooking time is 20 to 30 minutes depending on the size of the fillets.
Check the progress often and spoon melted butter over the fillet each time. Be careful not to overcook the fish. When the meat in the thickest part of the fillet has turned from clear to white, the fish is done.
With your outdoor report, I'm Susan.
And I'm Maurice.
Right down there.
That was quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was quick.
Look at how he's hooked.
Yeah, they get a mouthful of it. I still say the most amazing thing in nature is how a bass can hit one of them lures and not get hooked.
That's what you call lockjaw. That's it. Now we got to try to get you. And try not to get hooked. Barely hooked. See how easy that came
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He just had just enough hook on each side to hold him in there, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I just threw right down here and He jumped on.
They're really getting aggressive. Folks, it's 12 o'clock noon and the fish are starting to bite. So, you know, that theory of them biting only early in the morning, late in the evening isn't always the case.
I think I'm on a stump this
Yep.
time.
I told you there was going to be a fish in there. Oh, that's a nice fish, Susan.
Yep, let's get him up here. David, I didn't recognize you with that white.
Well, she couldn't come.
Did you put a wig on today?
A wig? Yeah.
You're shorter than she was. She was about 7 foot tall.
Oh,
Don't drop him there, Susan. There's grass.
I know, I won't. I was just switching him around again. Boy, he's pretty, huh?
Uh-huh. I told you there's been some nice ones laying in that cut.
That's a real nice fish. See, I saved the best for last.
I haven't
what I
thrown
did.
over there yet.
You see that, David? I saved the best for last. I started off with the small one, now I end up with the big one. Let's see, let's treat it well.
Thank you for watching this week's Bayou Country Outdoors. With your host, Susan Melton and Maurice Fontenot. Bayou Country Outdoors this week has been brought to you by Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. Meads Automotive Service in Sulphur, reliable and professional service. Professional sound and DJ services, music customized to your events. Lakeside Bank, the way banking should be. Lake Charles Poultry, where service is just like an old-fashioned meat market. AmeriGas, propane for where you need it, when you need it. Bayou Beds. Buy you a bed for Bayou Beds and sleep happy. Outdoor Adventures Productions. Digital, video, and photographic services for television, commercial, and industrial applications since 1993. Bayou Country Outdoors is a production of Outdoor Adventures Productions and is produced and directed by Maurice Fontenot and Susan Melton. You can contact us by writing to Outdoor Adventures Productions, 1019 Shady Lane, Westlake, Louisiana, 70669, or by calling 337-439-4063.